Hello guys, this is Johan Forsblom and this is part 2.5 in my isometric game tutorial series. Today we will be covering the following. It's basically going to be a refactoring of most of the code that we have been written so far. It will have the same functionality as before, so we will not see like new things and stuff like that on outward, but behind the scenes we will have a lot of things changed in the code. So it will cover dynamic memory allocation for the isometric engine, for the tile textures, and for the map, now including multiple layers. And also for this, since we're changing the code, we have to make a get and set function for getting the tiles on the map. We are also gonna write a quick logging error thing here, so we can log errors and stuff to a file. Okay, we should get started. Here we are in the folder. The first we're gonna do, I created a folder here called ISO engine. So what we're gonna do is just gonna move the ISO engine files here. Oops. Not like that. So move the files into the ISO engine folder here. Now what we're gonna do now is actually, it's gonna complain here that it has been deleted, the C file. So we don't want to keep it. No. And no. So we right click on the ISO file here and ISO engine.c and remove the file from project. The same with the H file. Go project, add files from the ISO engine folder here. Open. Okay, good. We move them in here now. So we are gonna start by moving a lot of things around. First thing we have here is the struct. Here you can see we have a lot of things here that basically do not belong here, which belongs inside the isometric engine. So what we are going to do is going to move a lot of these things from here into the isoengine.h file. So we can start by moving the scroll speed here. And that was spelled wrong in the last tutorial. We had 3 L's in it. So it's a good thing when you refactor things that whatever you had wrong, you just rename it. And if we go in here, you can see that we initialize this variable here to 6. So we can just delete it from the line here and go up here to the ISO engine where we are initializing it, and we're gonna insert it here instead. So we're just gonna go isometric engine like so. Remove the extra L and save. If I go build now, we also have a few other things here. We're not going to find the ISO engine here in the same folder, so we're gonna ISO engine. Wow, that was not correctly spelled there. So let's correct that quickly. You can just remove the files here. Sorry for this. This was not supposed to be in the tutorial like this, but rename engine. Now it's better. So let's include those files again. Project add files. Okay, very professional. There we go. And I also think we have the same thing here in the texture file. Yeah, we do. ISO engine. Okay, let's go back here. So let's go build. See, yeah. Now it's gonna complain that we don't have the scroll speeds here. So what we've got to do first is here, if I remember right, we have this one defined in the top here. Yes, we do, and we're gonna add ISO engine like so to it. Because if we don't change it up here, it's not going to work down there later on. So, and we're going to move it further in this tutorial. We're going to move it out of here and put this inside of ISO engine. But for now, we're just going to start refactoring things to get them to work properly. And if we go here, ISO engine, I can replace this because we're taking it in as a pointer now. I can change these ones as well. The scroll speed. And let's go build, and we got, okay, can't find it, why not? That was very strange. It should be there. Okay, it's a small eye, sorry about that. So that's better. Build. Too few arguments, yep. Ice engine, here we go. That's not, yeah, because it's 3 L's and we just want to have 2 L's. There we go. Build and run and see if that is working. I'm gonna bring that down for you. So, and it's working, yeah, so good. Next up, we're just gonna continue to move all these variables around from here into the right place. So we can take, let's see, can take the scroll position, scroll to the position now. Need the H file. And we also have to move the point to the up above, because otherwise it's gonna complain that it couldn't find it here, because we're looking for 2D point and it has to be defined above. So we can just move it like that. And now we're gonna have like a million errors. It's gonna comment out the right chords here because we're not using it at the moment. And we can go and see. Here we go. These two has to be moved into the ISO engine initialize stage here. So we say that these are a value of 0 when we start. And we can go build again, see where the next error is coming. So what we can do here, we can take in the ISO engine here. Currently the IntelliSense is not finding this thing, so I'm just gonna save it quickly and reboot it. Yes, you want to save the changes. I'm gonna start it up again here. I have to do it like this. Sorry, it's a bit. And here we go. Part number 5 for YouTube. Good. Now if I try that again. Yeah, it finds it. And we gotta go do the build again. It's easier to find where all these things are. And we're not gonna have a T, we're gonna have like so. Let's just do those. The same thing here. Okay, let's use the same search and replace pattern. I'm just doing this function by function. to make sure I'm not missing something or messing things up. All 4 more matches fixed. Well. Yep, should be safe as well. Should probably be able to do it through the whole file immediately, but I've done that a few times before, and sometimes you mess other things up that you did not want to mess up. Okay, if you go bill, ISO engine undefined. It should not be. Okay, it's just too big I there. Let's go to a small I instead. Keep consistency through the things. Okay, build and run. And it's still working. That's good. Nice. So what do we take next? Let's take the zoom level. Zoom level. Get that out from there as well. And now we should initialize that in the ISO engine H file as well, up here. Zoom level 1.0. And we're gonna have a lot of errors. First of all, we don't need you there, and we can try this one for the whole file and see if it's gonna work. All 50 matches. Yep, in the update function we have to include the ISO engine here. Okay, yeah, because here we have to do a special thing because we can't find it because we don't have any parameters to put into this function. But well, we can use it up first. We're just gonna do it like this because we're gonna move it later. Game.isoengine.zoom level. So we will be using this still. See next part right there. Build. Yeah. And we insert our game ISO engine here. Build and run and see if this is working. I'm gonna drag it down for you. Okay, here we are. Moving around, can zoom in, zoom out. Zoom in, zoom out still. It's good. Can click to change just as before. Nice. Okay. That worked. Next up, we should move see your character right direction don't need to be moved, but we can move the whole mouse rect thing here into some function soon. And now we're gonna have a lot of errors, I bet. There's a lot of things here, places here we can't find it, so we're gonna move this. So what we're gonna do, we have to move this whole update function here, update the mouse function into its own thing here. So we can just copy all this code for now, and we can go into the ICE engine here. Let's go to the bottom. We're also gonna rewrite all these functions here, change their names to follow this with a small letter in the beginning, but we're gonna do that later to keep consistency through everything. So we can call this, and all of these functions gonna start with ISO engine, so you know what you're doing. It will be update mouse pause. And it's gonna be the same thing instead of taking in the game here, we're gonna take in the ISO. Oh, sorry, we need the ampersand first. Okay, ISO engine. Like so, and we need to change these ones as well. We can just go in here and change the whole all. See if that is correct. The ISO engine, yeah. But this code here will be left in the update function actually. See if we still have the, yeah, we can go back and fix that. So in the update function here, we're just gonna call ISO engine, ISO. Of course we have to put it in the H file first. Put it on the bottom here. There we go. ISO engine update mouse pause, and we'll be doing that in the update function inside of here. Like so. And of course we have to go build, see how many more errors we have. Okay, we don't have the mouse pointer, so we gotta move the mouse point as well, because I've changed that earlier, so we might just move it now as well. Just to make sure that we have a good name for that. Mouse point is, I guess, it's a good name. Can use that. So, oh sorry, here we go. Mouse point. And I don't think we're doing a lot of things with the mouse point actually. It's just basically in this function here, so yeah. And it's not gonna find this one, but we will be able to fix that later. Build. GameT has no member of mouse rect. Of course not. Game.mouse rect to ISO engine.mouse rect. Through everything here. Yes. All. Build. Yeah, mouse point is no longer there. So we just put it in like so. Okay, build. Build, can go clean even to make sure that we have got everything nice and tight. Yep. Build and run. Let's see that if we have the same functionality as before. We can scroll the map, we can zoom in, we can zoom out on the character here. Switch to the other drawing mode. Click around to select tiles here. You can see yellow tile, white tile, and so forth. And yeah, on this mode we can do Everything as before. Good. We are good to go with that one. Okay, it was in the wrong window there. Okay, let's see here. See what we do with the tile position here. Let's get tile pause, yeah. We can start by renaming all these nice functions here to init ISO engine. So this will be now become ISO engine init instead. So we're gonna change everything from what we had before. Init. There we go. Build. Can I have a nice names for everything? Setup rec can be as it is. It should probably be in a mesh file or something with different things. So here we go. Small ISO engine set map size. I don't know if this is going to be changed later. So we can just leave that as is. Here we go. ISO engine convert 2D to ISO. That's a better name. And go build. ISO engine convert 2D to ISO, like so. Build. Okay, we should probably do this for now. And we go replace everything. Sorry. Convert 2D to ISO with. ISO engine replace all. There we go. If I go build, it's gonna complain about that line, so we can just remove it quickly. Build. Just gonna make sure that everything is functioning again, and I think it is. Yes, it is. Otherwise, we would not have. Whoops. Yeah, still working. Good. Next up is to rename. Convert Cartesian. That's going to be a long name, but it's okay. So here, ISO engine. Convert 2D to ISO. Need to bring that in here as well to the H file. Let's have a look here, and there we go. ISO engine. There we go. Convert ISO to 2D. Build. Go build and run. It'll bring that down for you, so you can see that it works. Yeah, no problem. Good. All right. So get tile coordinates. So we could fix these afterwards as well, but we can take the obvious ones. And this is one of those things that's obvious. ISO engine. Convert ISO camera to ISO Cartesian. like so. And if we get this name now and go build, that was strange. Are we not using that? I send to convert ISO camera to Cartesian. Perhaps not. Let's get in here. This is probably going to be used in a lot of places. Yeah. But not a lot, but at least a few. Yeah. Here we go. We can replace these ones as well because this is old code and if somebody wants to use it, it will work still. Okay, build and run. Let's bring it down for you guys. Yeah, no problem. Tile picking is working. Everything is fine. Good. So most of these things are correct now. Get tile coordinates. We can go ISO. Just gonna have a look here and see. ISO engine. Get tile coordinates. So everything we start with ISO engine here. That's a bit not a lot better. So if you whenever you're using the engine, you just type ISO engine, and the IntelliSense will bring up everything for that. Build. So a lot of people might find this to be a boring tutorial. Well, I just go refactor code, but it's okay, I guess. Okay, so what we are gonna start doing now is to write the ISO map function. So what we do, we create a new file here, empty file in the isometric folder, ISO engine folder. Call it isomap.c. We can do the H file first, I guess. Save, add it. And we'll go over define. Isomap H, like so. Oh, sorry, if and f. If it's not defined, define it. This is called the header guard for those of you who don't know what it's about. Because if you include this header from multiple C files, if you don't have the header guard, it's not going to compile for you. So we'll include the SDL 2 and the SDL file, and we probably want to use the texture as well. Type extract. We will create ISO tile set. We need a struct for that. If the tile set is loaded, num tile clip rects. We will need a texture. And we will need the SDL rect. Tile clip rects. Tile set T. Okay, that's for this tile set, and we're going to go type def struct isomap T, and we're gonna have the int map height, map width, layers, tile size, How many tiles in X we have and tile size Y. We'll have the map data and name of the map. Let's make this nice define up here. Map name length 50, like so. And we go iso tile set. Like so, and of course the ISO map. Okay. So the first thing, and also we have to add the new file here. Empty file, yes, and this will be this engine. Isomap.c. Save. Up here we will include a lot of things, like the standard lib. We can also use the du.h string. We probably need mouth here as well. ISO engine. And of course ISO map. So I'm thinking here's a good time to write that log function. Again, we also have to change all our errors and things to write that to a text file. So we're actually gonna go. This is a general function, so we can just put it here in the source file, source directory. So we go empty file. Yes. I think we are gonna name the file. We can name it to logger. Something like that. Logger.h. Let's use that name. Might not be the best name, but it's okay. And whoops. Hey, here we go. And probably you want to have like set logger directory. And we go to directory. And we want to have like a void write to log, like the message and the file name. We want to log the stuff. So that's the H file. Now let's add the C file. And let's include the du .h and the logger .h file. Static char. That will make sure the static work here will make sure that this variable here is only accessible within the C file, so you can't access it from another file, from the C file. So that's what this does, and we can just give it 255 in length for directory name. Static int, like if the logger there is set. We can just copy the functions here that we said we named them. Here they are. And what we do here is just very simply go on printf and set the directory to whatever we want to have the directory to. And then we just set the logger there. Set this equals 1. And here we create the file. And should we call this, sure, file name 2. Not the best word, but we have the file name coming in here, and this is going to be the file name out, I think. Logger there set to see if I got it right in my mind. And we want to go, yeah, file name 2 here. And we go %s /% s. We get the directory and the file name. So what we're doing here, we're creating a string. The file name will be written to the directory with the given file name here. So this is basically, a better name for this will be like dir and file name. Directory and file name together. So, and what you do now, you go a out equals f open, which open the file on the hard drive. And we go there in file name, and we would go and say a plus. A plus is to add whatever you have in the file. You just go to the bottom of the file and continue adding text to it. So easy, like you have hello in the file, then next thing the next message should be written on the next line, like second line, whatever you do in the text file. So it will just continue to add to it instead of overwriting it. Else, if you could not open the file, else if we don't have, if the log there is not set, we're just gonna write to whatever directory we are in. So file name, like so. And of course, if out is not equal to null, if you could open the file, we're just gonna write printf, write to the file here, out. I'm gonna write %s. We write the message into the file with a new line. Message. I go f close out. And that should be basically everything we need to do. Yeah, cool. So what we can do now is, in here we can create a new directory, folder, and we call this logs, log. And we can go back to, of course we have to include it up here. Include the logger.h file. We can go everything we find printf. So instead of these files here, we can now write our log. Yeah, first we have to set the log directory. We can do that in our init here. Here we can just set our log set, what was our name again? Yay, forgot that one. Set logger directory. It's the thing we want to use now. Here we can just go logs. Now we can try this as well. And we named our function write to log, so we can use that now. Just try to log something. We call this, first was the message, so we go hello test message, and the file name will just be test.txt. So let's see if that works. Build. Okay, because that should be in the lower region. Okay, and we can go like this, build and run. So let's check our folder and see if we have logged. We have not logged. That's interesting. Let's see here. Did we write? Okay, we said logs. Should be log. Well, we can call it logs. That's better. So the reason why it did not work was because we named this log and we said it would be logs. So let's try it again. Okay. Let's go into the logs. And it's still empty. Did we rebuild, clean? We have not built yet. Build, clean. Build, rebuild. Okay. I just ran the program here on the other screen, so let's have a look here and see what we can find. And there we go, the test file is here. And in the text file, it said hello, test message. So we can now log into our file. So we could write another function as well, which we can call write separator to log. Like so. And what we're gonna do is just we're gonna write a simple line for simple things here. So we will copy all of this code up here. Like so. And instead of going, if the directory is set, we're setting it, but we're not going to write the message here. What we're going to do here is just put a lot of these ones in. Something like that. So we can just write a separating line and do a quick insert of that. So we can do something like this. Test.txt. You can just write to that log. Cool title or whatever. Build. Too few arguments. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. Here we go. Then run. I'm gonna close that and let's open up the log and have a look. So we get this cool title thing here. We could probably like go and insert a lot of spaces and get it somewhere here, but it is just to separate things when you're writing log things. So that should be enough for a logger. So what we can do now is to change all our f writes. What's our f print? All these errors can now be logged. Instead, write to log, and we can just go with the message here and say that. Hey, we got this error, and you can go into error.txt. Error log or whatever you want. We can just go error. This simple, like so. And we don't need the extra \n there now because we already have that inside of the logger. So if I rename this isotiles png file, we will have an error. So let's go into data. You can do the isotiles and it's going to rename it quickly here. Isotiles 2, like so. If we now run this, it's not going to run properly. Oh, we gotta go build first. Can clean it up, build, like so. Let's go build and run. Let's see if we got that error now as well. If I go into the logs, we got our error text here. Hey, I ran it 2 times, so could not load the isotiles PNG there. So we can now log our things and see what's wrong. So we're gonna go back here and rename this back to isotile so we can run the program properly. Build and run, and it works again. That's good. So we got a logger working. Printf. Okay. Oh, sorry. We don't need that line here. The right chords is not being used at the moment, so we can go find fprintf in our whole code project files. Here we go. So we can just include the logger here instead. From the directory below. Then instead of writing it here, we're just gonna change our write to log message. So this is a bit of refactoring as well to get these things out. So it's gonna be a long video even though I'm doing simple things, but you can, while you get the luxury of scrolling things through, I gotta write everything. Okay, we don't need to write that. Okay, we log that. So that one's fixed. Could not initialize. Include logger. So we can just go back a file perhaps. Copy this line so we don't have to write as much as before. Here we are. So when you see this now, oh, how do you do this to combine this? So basically, if you want to write it up to the file, you just go and create a char array. Sure, I usually call it MSG and put in like 200 characters should be enough for that. And what I do is, instead of fprintf, I go sprintf. So I write this string here. I write that into the message here. And I just insert the message here instead of this long line here. So I'll do it like this, and there you go. You can just use this array because you write to it with sprintf, and then you write it out to the log. So it works like that instead. There we go. The same thing here, we need to have our MSG here. 200 is usually enough for these things. And as print, then we go, write to log. This is a warning, but we can put everything in the same file anyway. Or you can call it like whatever you want. I'm calling it error.txt for everything. So okay, MSG could not initialize. We write it out there with the sprintf. That is not used. Yeah, this is the write log thing, and I don't think we have anything else around here, do we? Texture, yeah. The texture has to be fixed. But we did that, so let's go build and see what we got. Good. Let's include our logger. Cool, build and run. Just gonna look for printf first. Cool, we got a few things here to fix as well. MSG. Okay, let's look for that in the whole project again. Printf, find files. And this is, we got anything close as one fprintf, and that should be sprintf. How did I miss that? Kinda cool. It's always good to go through your code again and see what you can find. It's not right log I want to look for, it's fprintf. And we got the logger is okay, renderer needs this as well. Logger.h, and let's go get these things in here. That's printf. I'm gonna go right to log. Perhaps it should be 2 G's. I don't know. I gotta check that English up. For file name should be error. Now let's go have another look. Should not be anything left now, I hope. Fprintf, find. Yeah, just in, that's okay. That's outcommented. Good. Now we exchanged our logs from just being in the window to a text file. Okay. Here, sprintf. That should be msg. Good. Build and run. And we're got the logging part down. Nice. Okay, guys. I'm gonna have a break and be back later. So you will not notice it, of course, but I will. So I gotta head to work, and I will be doing the next part when I get home, I guess. Okay. Have a good time, and bye-bye. Okay, guys, I'm back here, and let's continue with the tutorial here. To recap, we have recently created 2 isometric things here, structs. One for the tile set and one for the isometric map, and we're now gonna start implementing these. Okay, so we're gonna go isomap, create empty map. We have a map name, and we're gonna take in the width and the height, num layers, and tile size. Isomap, T, isomap. We're gonna malloc a new one here. Size of struct, isomap T, like so. And we're gonna make sure that it's not null. And if it is, we're gonna have our log, right to log here, Varying function. We can add these ones as well to make it clear where the error is. Should probably be changed in the other places as well later on. Could not allocate memory for symmetric map. I'm gonna put this into errors. Is error or errors? What did we use? We used error.txt. Okay, good. Let's keep the consistency. All right. Gonna return null. Isomap and the map data. This is the fun part here. It's gonna be malloc width multiplied by height multiplied by num layers and multiplied by size of int, like so. If the isomap map data is null, we are gonna need to go and log ourselves right to log. Not log ourselves, but log the error. Error in function. Still the same function. Could not allocate memory for symmetric map data. Error.txt. And then return null here as well. Now we're gonna allocate memory. You can just memory for the map. And we can go and get some comments in here as well. That's always good. For map data. Actual tiles. Like so. And now memory for the tile set. And that's later on. We have to first go isomap tile set equals malloc size off struct isotile set t. If the isomap tile set is null, we're gonna write to the log again. You can just copy this. Save us a few seconds of typing. Cannot allocate memory for tile set. Error.txt, and we can go return null. Tile set. I'm gonna set some num tile clip rect is gonna be 0. And tiles texture here. It's gonna be null. No, not null. We're gonna malloc it actually. Of course, malloc. Size off. Struct. Texture T. There we go. F. The ISO map. Tile set. Tiles texture. It's null. We just copy a whole bunch of stuff here and get in here. For tile set texture. Faster, yes. And we're gonna initialize the texture afterwards if we have loaded it. Isomap tile set, tiles texture, like so. 0 is the X, Y angle, and we don't care about the point or the clip right. Or I'm just gonna set the SDL flip none because we don't care about the flip texture, whatever. Isomap tile set. There we go. Texture and texture for that, because we are wrapping them things. I've wrapped my own texture function in. Well, I've wrapped the SDL texture inside my own texture extract before, so. And tile set. Tile clip correct is equals to null, because we don't have any. Isomap. Tile set loaded as 0, which is false basically. And we can go if the height is less or equal than 0, we're just gonna set the height for the map to 10. This is just fail safes, so that if somebody puts in bogus values that are nice, we can just make sure that, I don't know, yeah, just keep it compact and easy. Width is equal to 10. And if num layers is less or equal to 0, we make sure there is at least one layer, otherwise we are not gonna do a lot more than that. So so basically that should be up here. We should move these ones up, because otherwise we're gonna have problems later. Just to set those values here before anything else. Set fail safe values. And what should we do now? We should set our ISO map height. Map height is equal to height, and ISO map width equal to width. Num layers equals to num layers. We could remove these ones and put them up here just after these ones, so we get some kind of order on things here. And of course, let's type in here if the isomap well, of course we can't do this because we have to have them down there because we haven't allocated the memory for them before. I was about to do some stupid things. Whoa, dude, that was not nice. We flew away. Let's keep them down here anyway, where we just initialize all our stuff like so. We can have a space between there. It's good with error sometimes to get the code more readable. But map name, if it's null, just put isomap. Sorry about that. Isomap. I don't know why it's not doing properly thing here. Name, and let's get map name. We can go, if it's null, we just give it done unnamed here. Unnamed map. Like so. Else, we'll do SDR and CPY. We'll copy isomap name to, see here. Gonna have a quick break now. I got some family issues here in the background, so I'll be back in just a few seconds, so you know what's going on. Okay guys, let's continue here. We have our string copy function here, and what we're gonna want to do is want to copy the map name, and we're gonna go See here, going to the ISO map.h, get this one map name length. Go back to the file here. I'm gonna copy that length. I'm gonna go -1, like so. And now we're gonna do something. Tile size, there we go, equals tile size divided by 2. Now, why do we do this? Tile size by 2. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna bring up Creator here quickly. Actually, we can start our little friendly. We can start up our little game first. Be easy to explain. Build. Okay. We can just go return ice map here, and up here we need to include our logger. Build and run. Okay, I'm gonna bring the friendly window down here. Here we are. I'm gonna take a print screen of this. Well, we can put our marker somewhere on it. Why don't we move away a bit and put it up here and go Alt print screen. Bring up Create. I'm gonna explain this to you. Let's go edit, paste into new image. That's web. Okay, so why are we moving by 32 pixels? Well, you see here. Wait, I need to drag that down a lot. Take another color. Perhaps we can go with white. Might be better in a bigger size. There you go. Yeah, this is 64 by 64 pixels. This frame down here, the bottom of the frame. So what we have is here is another 64 by 64 pixels down here. And if I would move by 64 pixels in the right direction, this is where they would end up, right here. So why are we not moving with 64 pixels? Because when we are drawing, we're drawing it diagonally here. See, here's a tile, here's a tile, here's a tile. Well, not exactly my expertise in drawing here, but you get the point. So tiles are moving by half the size of the tile. So here's half a tile, and it comes here, and it joins with the other tile down here. So we are only moving half the tile each time we're drawing. This is why we are dividing the tile size with 2 when we are getting it into the engine. Outside, people are gonna think, yeah, my tiles are 64 by 64 because that's what I have right here. There you go. Yeah, sure. Why not? So people can just put that in, but in the engine, it will be treated as 32 by 32 instead. Hope that makes sense. So we can close this one out. Nope. Get back to our project. Next up, we are gonna write our functions to get and set the tile into this memory array that we created right here, with height, and num layers. So we're gonna do that. Void iso map get tile. Let's start with that one. Iso map t map int x, int y, and int layer. We want to put that tile. Sorry, we want to get the tile. And if the iso map is null, we are simply going to return and don't care much about that. Because this is an operation that is triggered so many times, we're not going to put a log message on it, because that would be just printing things to the log a million times. So we're just going to skip it on this function. And what we do now is we want to make sure that the x is we want to make sure that it's within the bounds of the map. Iso map width -1, or if y is less than 0, or if it's less than 0, we can perhaps do something like that. Make it a little bit more readable for you guys. or if y is larger than isomap dot map height -1, or if the layer is larger than isomap, go less than 0 first, or if the layer is larger than isomap dot num layers. If that is the case, we're gonna return -1. Well, not minus. Yeah, we're gonna do like this, yeah, because we have to have it as an int, so we can just return -1 here. And if it's -1, we're not gonna do anything with it. So otherwise, we're gonna return isomap map data. I'm gonna go here y multiplied by isomap map width plus x, and then you're gonna multiply with isomap dot num layers. You're gonna go +1 here in the end. Oh, sorry, plus layer. There you go. So that's nice. This is basically all we need to do. I can quickly explain what this does here for you guys, and then what this means. So let's bring our trusty little Krita up. New quick document here. So right now for the computer, all of these things are actually linear in memory here. We created one big chunk of memory to keep all of these things in there. And as you can see here, width multiplied by height multiplied by num layers and size of int. So we just created one big chunk of memory for that. And what we're doing here is we're saying, hey, I want to get this part here. This is actually the first. I want to get the tile at the position y in the memory here, x and y, and on that layer. So this is what we do. So let's go back to Krita. So here we have tiles. So let's give you here. Sorry about that. Here we go. So if this is our nice screen, I'm not gonna do it draw it with in isometric now. I'm just gonna make it easier for you to understand what's going on here. So here we got a grid. This is gonna be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is your screen, and this is linear memory, and we're gonna map it down. Or we want to map this screen to this, or this to down here. So we got 6, 7, 8, and so on. So what we're gonna do here is 1, 2, 3, 4. Really writing bad today. Okay. 6, 7, 8. That's like what we got down there. Okay. The formula here was y multiplied by the width plus x. So what we're doing is basically saying, hey, I want to get this 7 here. That means is y is, here you go, y is 0, 1, 2, 3, and x is 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Easy right here. So if we want to get this 7 here, then so we say y is 1, and we're going to multiply that with the width, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like an 8 almost. Okay, multiply 1 by 6, and then we're gonna say plus the x, which is gonna be 1. That will give you first you go 1 multiplied by the x. 6 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So basically we said, hey, in order to get, if I want to get this number from the array up here, I just go y multiplied by width plus x, because this is where we cut things off. All right. And now my phone is ringing, so I'm gonna take a quick break here. Okay, let's continue here. Sorry for that abrupt pause there. Okay, I was just describing here on the x and y thing here, and basically what we do then, the last part here, when we take let's go back here to the here, and this part here, you know, that here this will multiply this. So what happens is this always counts before plus. Multiplying counts before plus. So what's gonna happen is gonna take this part and multiply that, and it's gonna add layer to it as well. So what this does is basically saying, hey, we want to move from one. Say if we have a really simple map here, really simple thing here, like before. This is layer 1, and this is gonna be layer 2, L2. I'm really not writing good today. So I have like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what this is gonna do is just gonna say, hey, we wanna start looking at this memory here. This starts at 4. So that what that does is we're saying here we're multiplying with num layers. Wow, this is not good. Let's rewrite that one. Yeah. Num layers plus our layer. So we're just saying, hey, we got 2 layers. So let's go to, we want to find this position. We're going to start at number 4. So basically what this is doing is, hey, let's skip. Say we're putting in layer 2. That's our layer. Yeah, layer 2. That means we're gonna get layer 2. So it's gonna start here, on this position right here, and look at these 4. So if layer is 0, it's gonna start here at 0, right down there. But if you pass in layer is 1, then it's gonna start down here and work that way up. So that's basically what that does. Hope that explanation is good enough for you. And let's get back over our code here. And do our ISO map. ISO map set tile. That was a get tile. I'll continue here with the ISO map. T ISO map. We can move that one as well. And X combined Y combined layer. This one looks fairly similar, so we can copy all of this up here and get it down here. Oh, I just missed there. Here we go. The same code, except for here, we're gonna say, and we're gonna also we need the value that we want to put into that position. We're gonna say here, let's take this array here and set it to the value, like so. And we're gonna do one more very important function now. And put it in up here. And this is gonna be a void ISO map free map. ISO map. There we go. Whoa. If ISO map is null. Sorry, is not equals to null. If it's not null, we want to check if the ISO map data is not null. And if that's not null, we're just gonna free that big chunk of memory. Map data like so. And if the ISO map, we haven't done the tile set really yet. So see here. Gonna see if we can find that. Generate tile set. Well, we got the tile sets here, I think, in the code. Well, we can write that function first before we finish this one. Well, we can finish this one first, and then I'll write the other ones after this. Okay, sorry about that, guys. You get a bit distracted when you have to leave your computer and go back and forth and so forth. But we can go ISO map tile set. If that is not null, we are gonna go tile set tile clip rects is not null. So there's a law when you're freeing memory, you had to go down deep first and take everything. So for example, here in the ice map here. We got our tile set here. So before we can remove the tile set here, free the memory for this whole struct here, we have to go in here. First we go and check the map data. If that is a null, we just free the memory for that, because that was one big chunk of memory. Then we have to go into the tile set and see, okay, let's see what's in here. Yeah, well, we got a texture here, and this is a pointer which is allocated with malloc, and we have this tile clip breaks which is allocated with malloc. So we have to check these ones too. If these are not null, we have to free these two first, then we can free the tile set in this one. And finally, if this is freed as well, we can free the isometric struct. So when you're freeing things, you have to go down, check everything, go down deep first and remove the deepest parts that are allocated, and then go back. Okay, so we're checking if the tile clips rights are are there. If they are, we have to remove them. There we go. And we have also to check if the isomap tile set tiles textures, if that is not null, we have to free them as well. Then we go with texture delete. Where do you have that one? When I have a texture delete function, I think I might have to have the right one then. Looks like that. So let's write a texture delete function here. It's very simple actually. Delete texture T texture, like so. And we can see if the texture is not equal to null. Then we can check if the texture not equals to null, and we will use SDLs. SDL destroy texture, and we put in the texture, point at the texture, like so. That should be it for that, and we have to copy this thing and put it inside the texture H file here, like so. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, as they say. Okay, and now texture delete first on the isomap tile set tiles texture. Whoa, there we go. And finally we can free the isomap tile set tiles texture, like so. We delete that texture which is allocated with inside of the texture. Just have a look here in the H file here. We go with, this is the SDL texture that we check first and delete before we can delete this whole struct. And we have the clip break, and these are just simple points. So here, yeah, should be enough. Should be good enough. All right. And after this, we can go down here and free the isomap, like so. Alright, now we have to write the function for loading the tile set. We can put that in beneath here, somewhere around here. Isomap load tile set. Isomap T isomap file name tile width and tile height. I think that might be useful. I think, don't we have tile height and tile? Might be that we can reuse these ones actually. Tile size, yeah. Probably we can use these ones if they're set. Yeah, let's have a look. But for now, we're just gonna code it, and we can see if we can fix things later. We need width and height as well. We need num tiles x, tiles y, SDL rect, TMP rect. Here we go. And if the isomap is null, we can go with our nifty night right to log. Main function. Now you can say the parameter map t map is null. So that won't help people getting the error, but it will help us as developers to know what is wrong. -1. And if a tile set already has been loaded, if isomap tile set tile clip wax equals to null, we refreed it. There we go. And we free the tiles texture as well. If the texture is not null, then we will go texture delete, isomap, tile set, tiles texture. Tile set and tiles texture equals to null, like so. If we're gonna load the texture here, see, isomap, tile set, tiles texture, file name. If that is 0, if we could not load it, we are simply gonna say return -i. This is a good place to write a log again, I guess. So we can put it in here. Here, could not load. We can just do a nice short MSG here with like space for 200 characters in there. And copy that one. We can go as printf. There we go. MSG. Sorry about that. I can put in. Just put this in here first, and we rewrite it here. I think the load texture actually already does this, so we don't have to do it. Let's have a look here in the texture C file. We have a load function here. Yeah, this will write it to the log, so we don't have to do it now. So we can just skip that. So there's no need to do that, because the load texture will do that for us. Okay. Here we can get the width and height. This is of the texture. Get the width, and copy that. And we can get the height. Like so. And if the width is less than the tile width, we got a problem. So we can copy that. Okay, texture width is smaller than. Let's write it out here. Then the tile width. Aborting. And we're gonna have the same thing here with the height. If height is less than tile height, -1. See here, texture height is smaller than the tile height. Aborting. Good. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go num tiles x. You can do this, calculate number of tiles that fit in the texture. Floor width divided by tile width. Y divided by tile height, like so. Now we set the number of clip rectangles. Tile set num clip rex equals to num tiles x multiplied by num tiles y. Then we know how many clip rectangles we can have. Allocate memory for the tag clip rectangles. Malloc size off. So map tile set num tile clip rectangles like so. And while one, this means we will loop until we break. If you want to break a while loop with the 1, you just type in break and it will get out of there. But now, for now, we're gonna set up all the loops. We're gonna loop through the texture here. Loop through the texture. And here we go. Set up the clip rectangle. TMP rect, X, Y, tile width, and tile height, like so. And then we can copy the rectangle. Isomap, tile set, tile clip rects, I, temp rect. And we initialize this variable up here to be 0 from the beginning here, so we don't have to do it in code down here again. Alright. And then what we do next is we go to the next tile in the image. Image like so. X plus equals tile width. If X is larger than the width, larger or equal to the width, if we passed the width texture like so, then X is gonna be, see, we're gonna go back to the first row then, because X is going in this direction here on the map. So if we jump over the size of the image, then it's gonna go back to the beginning there again. So and what we're gonna do is say X plus equals, sorry, Y plus equals the tile height. That means that we reset the X position and go to the next row in the image. And after that, we also have to check that Y is not larger than the height, so larger or equal to the height. And if that's the case, then we break out of the while loop. There no more rectangles to create. So we just have break here, and this will cause us to leave this loop. And down here, we have to make sure we have our I here. So you gotta make sure we go plus plus here, so that this rectangle here will be copied in here to this index here. This index is increasing all the time. So that's what we got. And then we go return 1 because we made it out. Yep, cool. So that's the function for creating that. See if we have anything else I need to fix here. Yeah, you can do that generate function now that we were talking about. I haven't starting. No, we have not typed it yet. So what we can do then is we have to make a simple. Here I'm gonna put it underneath static void iso generate map isomap t isomap. The prototype up here. So if you type code, in order for this function to know that this function exists, we put it up here as a prototype in the top of the page. So that's how you do. If you want to write nice code, you put all of the prototypes up here in a nice, neat line. But I'm not doing that right now. I'm just putting this down here. Okay. So what we do now, we need to have an X and a Y. And for this, we're just gonna do only loop. We can just describe what we're doing. Only loop Y and X. We will only draw on the ground layer. So we're gonna only draw on the first layer, okay? So for Y equals 0, Y up to isomap map height Y plus equals 2. We're gonna draw squares of and each thing we're drawing is gonna be 2 by 2 on the map, just as the previous function we have in here, wherever that is, hiding around here somewhere. Yeah, this generate map function here, we're gonna do something similar, but over here. For X equals 0, X up to isomap map width X plus equals 2. Isomap set tile. Then we go isomap X Y 0.1. So what does it mean? Yeah, because here, right now we're setting a layer 0 with the value 1, saying, hey, we're gonna draw on X and Y on this layer, which is gonna be layer 0 with the value 1, which is representing the first, or the second, the second tile in our array. The first tile is the mouse. So, in our image that we have. So we do that later is we just go Y plus 1. X plus 1, X plus 1 and Y plus 1. Like so. And we can actually make a nice paint tile here as well. And let's see here. Paint tile equals random of %10. It means we're gonna go and get the value between 10 and 0. I'm gonna check if the paint tile is larger than 8, and if the Y isomap map height -4 because we're drawing 2 by 2 tiles, so that will be 4. Like a square, you know. A nice square with like 4 tiles of each, like this. So it's going to be 4, but 2 by 2 is 4. Yay. Okay. Then we're going to copy these ones. And we're going to draw 4s instead here. Or if the paint tile is larger or equal to 7, or why not just say it's 7, like that, that's better. Okay, and we can go f dot y is less than isomap. Oh yeah, I forgot to add this one as well. And x is less than isomap map width -4. Okay, there we go. That's better. We can just copy this code here, throw that in here, and we're gonna draw the tile 3 instead here, like so. And that should be it. So what we can do now is up in our nice initial function, take this one here. We can go here and we can go and generate this first map so we get something to look at, like so. Then we're gonna make sure that we got a lot of things working, and hopefully y is undefined. It was the big Y. This should be h. Unused variable MSG. Well, we didn't need it, so. Control reaches end of non. Okay, int. So yeah, we're gonna return 1 that we actually did something good there, I guess. So we go build, let that build. Okay, looks good. Or we can just go with void here anyway, so that should be okay. So let's put all these, not this one, but these little functions here into our header file. Start from the bottom and go up. Boring copying pasting. Oh yeah. Okay, we got them in here now. See here if we can build still without any problems. Return with a value. Yeah. I think I just took the wrong one. This was the one we supposed to have as a void value. And now we're gonna have a complaint here. See here, this should be void. Get tile. No. Yeah, my daughter wants something. What do you want? Oh, nice. Ha! She got herself a nice microphone here. So I gotta take a break because she's gonna play with that and she probably wants my attention. So I'll be continuing here later on. Just gonna make sure that this thing is working before I take the break. Conflicting types. Ah man, I'm just messing things up now. Not good. So let's get this as it were. Void isomap set tile. And now we go build. Whoa. Build here. This should be int here because we want to have an int on the get tile, and on set tile we have a void. gonna return on this one's set tile, and when we get the tile, we're gonna return a value. Yeah. So build. Here we go. So I'll be taking a break now and continue on with it later to get this stuff on the road. So I'll be having a short break. Bye bye for now. So let's continue here with some refactoring. Yeah, we're done with that part. So we are going to move some stuff now to the isometric engine here. And we can start by moving thinking about the update here. Yeah, we did that one good. So we can continue with, perhaps we should move, yeah, we can start by moving the scrolling here. Move this function here. It's very simple, you just take it out. Because nothing in here is, do we have any game in here? Good, we can just get it out. And paste it in here. Scroll map with the mouse. Let's put it in our ISO engine H file here. And then we no longer need it here. And if we go build, we're gonna see there. Okay, we need to move the width and the height. Let's see here. Where should we move the width and the height? Well, actually, we just have to include the file here. Stick it in render.h, if I'm not mistaken. Good. There we go. ISO engine. Scroll map with mouse, like so. Build and run. Bring it down here so you can see it as well. It's still working, good. So let's see, do we have anything else we need to move first from this little friend here? We can move the tile position here on the last click thing. So let's start with this one. Oh, it's got the wrong thing there. Let's see what we do with that tile position here in the part here. So we don't use it actually. That's what it looks like. Let's go build. Ah, okay, it's right here. Good. And instead of having it like so, we just take our ice engine part here. Just like it's in one function basically. So center map it. Yeah, we should take that in because it can be any position. You might want to center a map that is not a tile position, so we're gonna keep it the function just as it is. Okay, that's not gonna work, so we gotta go game the we have to move this function later. Yeah, that's the character point, so we're not gonna move that. See here, it's down here as well. Good. Lost tile clicked. Let's move that as well. Not to the ISO map, to the ISO engine. Here we go. So okay, so draw here. It's actually not taking in the ISO engine at the moment. Gonna check my notes here. We have that function that is using it as well. So let's have a look. Well, we can have it take in the draw, the isometric function there as well. So we can just say that, hey, let's draw be using the ISO engine here. And then instead of just putting these game things here, we can use the ISO engine directly, like so. So this is this is basically just to render the thing, so we can make it let's make a simple function for it. This is something that should not be part of the game later, but for now we're just gonna put it in here. What would call it? Draw. Lost tile clicked, like so. And let's move this thing in there. See if we go build now, we can do build and run. So I'm gonna drag that down for you so you can see what's happening. So you can still click the tiles here, no problem. Hello. Cool. Okay, what else do we want to move from here? Let's have a look. We want to event the loop down the ISO engine, the character point. I think that should be it. This, because game mode and the character will be taken care of later in another tutorial. And we are going to yeah, you gotta do those things as well. See here, we should move some things around. Should also try the new function soon. We need to see here, draw mouse. We need to move the most of the things into our ISO engine here. So I'm checking some of my notes to make sure that we get all the things we need to get in there. Yeah, we can move this function as well. So let's get the draw ISO mouse out of there and put it in here. Let's rename it to ISO engine. Draw ISO mouse. And it won't know what tile textures are. So we have to move the tile. This is where we had to rewrite to get it from the ISO map here. And I'm gonna see here what we got in our ISO engine.h. So what we have to add here is actually ISO map t ISO map, like so, and we need to change our initialization code here as well. Where are we? Yeah, we are gonna create a new function as well, which will create a whole new thing here. We haven't done this yet, so let's go ISO engine to ISO engine. This function will allocate memory for ISO engine here. Nope. Malloc size off. Struct ISO engine t. If it's null, we will have our write to log and say error and we could not allocate memory for new ISO engine. Get it out to our error, and we return null. And here we have a bunch of things to set up. This is actually, instead of having our init function here, This will be replaced, I think, with the new one we are writing now. So we can basically take our stuff here. Move it up here. Well, map and width and map height is no longer going to be part of this because this is part of the map here. We have map width and map height right there. So we can get rid of map height and map width, like so. And we will set the ISO engine here by ISO map to null, so that we know we are not have not allocated that yet. We'll set up the rectangle for the ISO engine mouse rect to be just 1 pixel large, like so. ISO engine. Okay, we need to have the mouse tile positions, I think. I think here. I thought we moved that one. That's right there. So I think it's the IntelliSense that is not working properly at the moment. That's right there, so it's cool. Tile position at x equals 0, and we will just take the other one as well and reset that to 0. Return the ISO engine. Yeah. I'm gonna use that in a few seconds. Now I'm gonna make sure we are having all these other. I'm gonna move all these other functions first here. Like draw ISO map is gonna look a bit different as well. So we can start by rewriting that function now. So make sure we don't have it in here already. Just the mouse, good. So let's put it on here. And we can delete this old code now. Because still you have it in the other tutorials. Draw ISO map. So we need to change a few things. So we can add some guards here as well. If the ISO engine is null, we're going to return. And if the ISO engine ISO map is null, then we will also return. Because we can't draw anything, we don't have the mouse. Okay, let's see here. We have this old code here, ISO engine zoom level, send it actual. And here, instead of having this defined tile size, we're actually going to use the ISO map tile size. Same goes with this one down here. We have the same thing here. Here we go. Isomap tile size, so we just can copy that whole thing here. So if you remember, I think we set the tile size down here somewhere, like in the init function. Yeah, right here. Tile size by 2, which we got in there. And instead of going well, we have to make sure that there's a tile set first here. So if the ISO engine isomap tile set not equals null, because if we don't have a tile set we can't draw basically. This is just basically the same, but here we are going to change the map width to isomap dot map width same goes here, isomap dot map height, and the tile is not going to be fetched down here, it's going to be isomap get tile. It's gonna go from ISO engine, isomap for the X and Y position, and layer 0. At the moment we are only working with layer 1 because we are not looping through. You see, only have X and Y here. So later on, if you want to have multiple layers, in the future tutorial we're gonna add one more loop here. So this will be corrected then, and this will be changed into layer. For now, we're just going to keep the same functionality as before. The tile size goes in here instead. And here, instead of the tiles texture here, we are actually going to go and get the ISO engine, isomap, tile set, and tiles texture, like so. And we will have the same point X and point Y, and here we will also change to ISO engine, isomap, tile set, tile clip X is a long line with a tile that we picked before. So we could actually go and make this a 2-liner here, like so. So it's visible in the same screen, like so. And I think we are done with that one. You have to include isomap.h here. ISO engine map height, because we are no longer using set map size. We are even using this one somewhere. Yes, we are right here, but this is not going to be needed, so we can delete this function altogether. Like so, because the map is taking care of that now. Tiles text undeclared. Okay, I think we forgot to fix something here in the draw. Yeah, it's the same thing with the draw mouse. We have to correct that as well. It should be basically the same here if we get the tiles texture here from this one down here. And when we are drawing the mouse, we are actually going to get just the first tile, like so. And we have to do it with also change the other place here where that is. So here, build tile erects, yeah. So let's get the tile erects here. There we go, and it's gonna be 0 here instead. Let's see if that is good. Isomap undeclared. Yeah, because it's ISO engine. Isomap. And we have the same thing here, somewhere there. Find reference to draw isomap. That is because we are going to use ISO engine draw isomap. Draw isomouse. Okay, we have not moved that down here. Into our nice ISO engine file here. Did we do that? It should be right there. ISO engine draw isomap. Okay, it's isomap that's not there, so there's a couple more things that we have to fix before this will run. Add this to the file here. There we go. We should get some things working now. Let's see here. Let's go to the init file here. Init, not the init file, but the init function. So first what we will do is, instead of just defining our say, we should be able to do a pointer of this instead now. Like so. I send in a pointer, and we can go to our unit function here and say that game is equal to ISO engine new ISO engine. There we go. And if game ISO engine is null, we're just gonna go exit. For now, we should take care of some of these close down SDL things first, I guess. It's a good thing to call before we just jam ourselves out of here. Init. There you are. So we close down the engine before we actually just exit the program here. Okay, and we can go. Let's see here. Let's check our map function here quickly. We are saying ISO create empty map. Can do that in the init function here. See. Oops, wrong file. So that's when we've done this. We can try and go game ISO engine. ISO map equals to ISO map create empty map. Just give it the name of test map And we have map width, map height. Can throw them in there too, and each tile is going to be 64. Just add 2 layers to the map, but it's not going to matter because we're only drawing the first one anyway. But for later, on isomap, load tile set, and we can get game.iso engine, isomap, and we can go data iso tiles.png, and as before, there is still 64 by 80. And we can now I can make sure that the map is not null before we do anything else here. If the map is null, we're just gonna go close down SDL. For free, we take free. Ice engine. And we remove the free thing here. Perhaps not. Or we didn't write a free function for it, I guess, so that's a good thing to do now. Just put it down, just down below here. Free ISO engine. Here we go. ISO engine, here we go, and we can go if the ISO engine is not equal to null, then we have to check if the ISO engine ISO map is not equal to null. Otherwise we have to call. That was kind of weird. Otherwise we have to free the map. ISO engine, ISO map, like so. And when we have freed the map, we can free the ISO engine. And that should take care of everything for us. Back to the ISO engine H file here, we can throw it in here. And we have not created this thing here either, so let's get that one down here to the ISO engine again. Expect this to, oh yeah, well, one too many there. One less parentheses, and game.iso engine. Unknown name. Yeah, because we have not. Here we go. Game.iso engine. Like so. And now we have to remove the init here, otherwise we're gonna be in trouble. The old init for might just do it like this. Here. This is no longer needed. And I'm gonna make sure that the tile size, how many times are we using that in code? That's quite a lot of times actually. So this will have to be exchanged actually to so a lot of these functions now will have to include ISO engine. where we will access the ISO map. If this is null, we can just go and we can write too long here as well. Very nice engine. I can just get that one. Tile coordinates. It's null. Here we go. So as a map is null, we will then go and write to log. Copy that. So yeah, ISO engine. So map is null. And we just return out of the function. And as just as before, this will be replaced with the ISO engine, ISO map, tiled size, like so. Which means that this function will have to be updated as well in the ISO engine H here. And wherever this is called in here will have to be changed as well to include the ISO engine, like so. We're probably gonna have a lot of things here. Yep, scroll X and scroll Y. We could just initialize those here, and we're doing that. Yes, we have already initialized those, so we don't have to care about it. So let's remove those two. This is now going to be like so. We have not refactored that part yet. And this is just going to be game.ice engine now. A lot of these things will be changed. Zoom level, same goes here. This will be refactored in not too far future. We can just do like this. Control find alt game the ISO engine dot, and we're gonna replace everything that's like that and put it to game the ISO engine with pointer, all of those. Okay, which is one match. That was cool. And here can replace this as well with DAW all build center map. Didn't I replace all these? I thought I did so. Oh. All 15 matches. Oh wait. Let's go back. Excellent, gave it a big center map. Okay. ISO engine. We don't need that one anymore. So here we go. Unused tile size. Well, no needed anymore either. Build. Good. Now we gotta make sure we get our right things going. There's more things to refactor here in the ice engine part. Actually, we have all of these tile sizes has to be corrected everywhere. Match case, find. So in the draw here, we have to change this as well. Tile size, and if the ISO engine ISO map is null, can go here if engine is null. We can just return here, but we want to do. You can do our nifty little write to log, so we know we are. Arraign function. No. Return the same thing here. Write error, but this is error ice engine map is null. Same goes there, 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 and there. Wow, there's a lot of tile sizes here. Okay, build should be the same, yeah. Match case, we're gonna find all of those. Find, not found, okay. So that should be taken care of then. This means that we no longer need tile size. Hey, let's see here, find in all files. Of course. Find. Yep. And also we have to add these checks to all these places as well to be good. We can just go back and copy that from the ice engine here, wherever that was. Here we go. This is still the same function, yeah. Here's a new one. Let's add those lines of code as well. Oh, you can remove this tile size thing now. Like so. Build. Good. Man, refactoring takes time. A lot of time. So let's move all these center tile functions as well. To our ISO engine here into the end. Like so. This will be ISO engine. Center map to tile on the mouse. And we'll use that in the ISO engine 8H here. Like so. I'm going to go build now. We're gonna get some nice errors here. Because get mouse tile position here is actually not this one, but it's ISO. Did we move that? Let's have a look for that first. Now I can move this one first and call it and rename it to. Let's put it just before that one and rename it to ISO engine. Get mouse type pause to the ISO engine.h file here. Okay, we don't need to have that ISO engine thing there, just grab it like so, that's good. Get mouse tile click. Yeah. Well, that's right, correct. Build. Good. That's been moved, and now we can move the next function here. Center map should not be here. To the ISO engine here. Here we go. ISO engine center map. Oops, that's the wrong file. And here we're just looking for the game modes here, so. See what my notes say here quickly. Yeah, actually these are just here this is hard coded since last time, so we can just uncomment these things here. In ECS when ECS is well, this is entity component system. Nice. Completed. So you just put that as well here. So it shouldn't be more than that. Build. Center map, of course. Build. What do we have now? Okay. Have we moved all these things? Update. Let's see here. Well, here goes nothing. Build and run. Let's bring it down. You can see here we have our game fully functional still. I should have done some more testing in between. Okay. So we're not tile picking correctly at the moment, but I'm gonna look that up. Okay, I think it's because we are checking the wrong thing here. In order to get these things a little bit better, we have to remove the... See here in... ISO, and I think we're still looking at the old stuff here. Let's go in and have a look here. Just checking my notes there. What's happening is probably this, that we are looking at our world test here and see where are you defined here. Yeah, so it's looking for the world test here. Get mouse tile click. So that should be moved as well, I guess. Somehow, see here, not move, but that used to be down here, so it has to be changed a bit to what we got here. So instead of going here in the tiles texture, we have to go on an isometric texture. So if we go ISO engine, ISO map, tile set, and tiles texture. Also, we have to use our nifty little lines here, wherever they are. Well, we move them, of course. See here, these two here, to make sure that we are not messing things up. Oh yeah, here's some code I was trying early on when I was not recording here, to just to calculate some values here. So we can remove this. And we can go back to the function here. Here we are, get mouse tile click. So we're making sure that we don't do some stupid things. Well, don't I have that here? Let's check my notes here. This is actually moved. This will be moved, yeah. We're gonna move this into the ISO engine, of course. Can put it at the end. Here. Okay. And what we got here is that we want to rename it, of course. Get mouse side click. Can add it to our H file first. There you go. And we have, here's what we want to change it to get, instead of doing this old stuff here, we will do ISO map get tile, and we will say we want to take it from the ISO engine, the ISO map, of course, what it wants, and we're gonna get this into point X and int point Y and layer 0, because we're tile picking on one layer right now. Multiple layers will be handled later. So if we take this little thing now and go build map width and map height. So I'm thinking where they are defined. They should be these. Are they defined in? Should be defined here, I guess. Where have we defined those? Map width. Let's move the match case. Just find it. They're defined in here, in the top of the thing here. So, but the map width and map height should not be there, because we have our map width and map height in find. So, not replace. You want to find them. So this will be removed now. The world test. Make sure that it's not being called by something. Yeah, so we want this to be changed, of course, into ISO engine, ISO map, map width, map height. So I want to find those in the whole code here. Fine. Good. And you see this old generate map, we can just remove it because we don't want to use it. Can remove the old right chords as well and delete that one. Build. Get mouse tile click is no longer there, it's ISO engine. Now it can be removed and build. Sorry about that, build and run. Let's see if tile picking is working now. Here. Okay, now in tile picking mode, yeah, it works. It's grabbing the things for her. So that concludes the tutorial now. Tile picking works, everything is just as it was before. But now we are using a dynamic loaded map. As you can see now, the character is no longer in the middle of the screen. That's because we removed that code to not be hard-coded. So in the future tutorial, I don't know which one it will be, we're going to correct that. These two that we had. So just gonna make a quick run through here, remove code that we are not using. So these tile textures, any tile clip, I don't think we need those anymore. Yeah, so if we remove this, any tile clip and tiles texture here, and the tile rects are no longer needed either. Build, and this is actually being loaded inside of up here. So build. Okay, draw lost tile clicked. Okay, yeah, it's going for those as well. So we have to change this to ISO engine. ISO map dot tile set and tile clip rects. Let's see if that works still. Yeah, any tile clip is no longer there, of course. Build and run. So, and tile clipping works, yeah, good. Not clipping, but tile picking. Grab that corner there, the yellow and green, yeah, good. So it's always good to remove all the code that you're not using. Characters are still being used here. And that has to be there still. Character point direction, yeah. Draw character, draw last tile clicked. I think that should be moved into the ISO engine. Or not. But no, we can just keep it there because this is not part of the engine. This is just a function to show you that we can do tile picking. Draw, update input, game mode, yeah. See if I have done something with the game mode as well. Nope. Well, that's good. So this was this tutorial for this time, and I hope you liked it. And the next tutorial, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It might be the entity component system that's coming. It might be some network code, or it might be an depth sorting or something. I got a neat idea for depth sorting that I haven't seen around before, so we'll see if that's the next tutorial or what it will be. But anyway, hope you can stay tuned until next time and have a good time. Bye bye.